subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
Africa, what's your name? Africa Rise?
Africa Rise, nigga.
Oh,
Peppercorn was good, baby. Peppercorn head, what's up, man?
What's going on, Africa Rise?
Man, I implore everybody that's listening to go check out our video on your YouTube channel, Tariq Radio. We did good numbers, man. You ain't break no bread with me. But that's the channel where I brought that's the video where I ran through your whole crew, man. You sent about 5 people at me. I ran through them all. They giving me props in the comments and everything, man. So I wanna salute you for that.
There it is. There it is, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
I had some questions for you though,
Go
man.
ahead, Africa Rise.
All right, so one of my questions is if a civil war broke out, would there be a distinction between FBA, Caribbeans, and Africans?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it
would the
would.
white supremacists be like, oh, he's African and then cease fire?
No, because they would get the tethers, and the tethers would be working with them against us. That's the first thing they would do. They would go look for foreheads and hairlines, get them working as their damn allies, and them niggas would be against us. So yeah, there would be definitely be a distinction. Yes.
Okay. I also wanted to point out some of the Africans and Caribbeans that contributed to hip hop, including Nipsey Hussle, Styles P,
Oh,
Biggie,
slow down. Nipsey's mother is FBA, by the way. Y'all don't play that game. Nipsey's mother is FBA. Go ahead. Go ahead. And Biggie.
oh, part and self. My mic was off.
Yeah. You said that Nipsey was African, but his mother is FBA. So just gotta.
But he was very open about his Eritrean heritage and everything.
He
He
gave.
spoke about it openly.
Yeah, I know. I would talk to him personally about his family and the whole shebang. That was my brother, but he's a foundational Black American. His mom is FBA. He grew up in FBA culture. Yeah.
Okay, what do you think he would think about this whole, you know, African, I don't want to say hatred, but African distinction and kind of like making jokes about Africa? What do you think Nick would say about, you know, that whole vibe?
When if people get jokes made about them when they try to come in and roast. So if you lose a roast battle, you just lost a roast battle. So that's the problem. Y'all can't come in here trying to play the roast game with us, and we're masters at that shit. Yeah, we're gonna light you up.
I mean, what do you think Nipsey would say about the word tether though? Do you think he would like rock with that or
Don't know. But the
be
thing
cool with
is,
that?
yeah, the word is there. The word we got that from the movie Us. So
Okay.
he's not a tether, and you don't act like a tether, you won't be called a tether. If you don't try,
All right.
Nipsey was
Yeah.
a solid brother. So Nipsey was a solid dude.
I mean, but the thing with the word tether is, can you look at a person and just be able to tell if they're tether? Like if a
No,
white person,
tether is it's something that you do. It's an action. A tether is
but when you
it's an action
but
you do.
but if a white person says the word nigga, would you say that they would be like, all right, well, this black person is a nigga, but this one isn't, or is it just offensive as an
Because what
overall
if
term
they use
to
the
us?
word, they're like we're victims of white supremacy. That's what the N word means. That
That's what it means to you, but I don't think when white people say the word nigga, they're like, oh, victim of white supremacy. I
what
think
do you
they're
think they mean
saying the
when
word
they say it?
nigga.
No. What do you think they mean when they say it? It only has one meaning. That's it. What do you think they mean when they say it?
I think it's a derogatory term to call us ignorant, to call us
Not no.
inferior.
No, well, that means victim of white supremacy, right? That's what inferior means. If you are inferior based on race, you are there's somebody superior, and that means you're a victim of white supremacy. That's exactly what the N word means. It means victim of white supremacy. So they're reiterating that we're victims of them. It's not ignorance. That's a lie. They call babies the N word. You can't say a baby is ignorant. You understand? But that baby's a victim of white supremacy. They say that
So,
scholars are in words, but he's not ignorant. He's a victim of white supremacy. All right.
so do you think there's a difference between racial epithets? You think like if there's a difference between tether and nigga?
Yeah.
I know they mean two different things, but you think like
I think
my argument is like I'm saying like a white person when they look at a black person and say that one is a nigga, but that one isn't. It's like an overall term. So when you say the word tether, I don't know if people could make the distinction between saying, all right, well, this one is a tether and this one isn't, because we don't walk around with signs that
Tether's
say tethers on our
tether's
foreheads.
racial. Tether's not racial. It's not a racial term. It's not a racial epithet. It's more of an ethnic identifier based on an action. Just like when we call a Sambo, yeah,
Yeah.
that's an action. That's somebody who's over here doing something to undermine us. That's a Sambo. Jesse Lee Peterson is a Sambo. Can't call him a tether because he's from here. He's one of ours, but he's a Sambo. Larry Elder is a Sambo. He's not a tether. He's one of ours. Now, if Larry Elder was foreign, he would be a tether. You understand?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but the word tether means to latch on to something, right?
Right.
So there are a lot of African and Caribbean people that latch on to Black American culture
Mm,
that are, when you say the word tether, you could say this one isn't a tether, but and this one is a tether. But I think all Caribbean people and African people will be offended by the word tether, because even though you're able to explain it here, we don't necessarily hear the explanation. Like a white person in the trailer park might say, "Oh, when I say nigga, I mean this."
But do you
But to our ears, we hear something different.
and here's the problem. Y'all never said, hey, the word yank and Yankee, which is what the Caribbeans would say about us. Y'all never said that would be offensive. Y'all never said, hey, calling them Akatas, that's kind of offensive. Y'all never had that conversation with them, and they've been calling us that for decades. So that's the problem. They made a damn difference. They delineated from us and put us in a negative category and gave us derogatory terms. You understand? While we were helping them. That's the thing. These folks
Mm.
all up and down West Africa, because they like to just put it on Nigeria, which is all bullshit. All up and down West Africa, they refer to us. Many of them call us some damn Akatas. You understand? While
Right,
they come
right.
over here tethering off of us. So yeah, that's a problem. And we corrected that problem. There's only so long you can just disrespect people, especially the only people who are helping you. We've not gotten no help from them, but they've gotten all the help in the world from us. We're the only people who helped Africa. Foundational Black Americans, nobody has helped Africa more than us.
Can you say that a lot, but can you be specific as to what specifically have foundational Black Americans done to help Africa? And I'm not saying there aren't things, but I'm just wondering, like, what specifically have foundational Black Americans done to help Africa?
Man, going back to the 1930s, when, and I always talk about this, when they were about to get invaded by Italy, foundational Black Americans said, no, we don't want them colonized. We started lining up around this country to volunteer to go fight over there. The US government didn't even want us to fight over there, but some of us were going over there anyway. Our good brother John C. Robinson, Foundation Black American pilot, he was the precursor to the Tuskegee Airmen. That brother went over there and started showing them how to fly planes correctly so that they can fight Italy off. And he became a part of the Air Force over there. Dude, we've done so much for Africa. Dr. Ralph Bunch, he was the one, he's Foundational Black American. He was the one writing a lot of the charters and the constitutions for African decolonization. He was working with the UN to help get their paperwork together to get the colonizers off of them. Dude, Kwame Nkrumah, we had him over here going to HB.
Wasn't he Trinidadian?
Who?
Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame
No,
Nkrumah.
no,
He
no.
wasn't Trinidad.
Stokely Carmichael.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm getting that
Kwame,
mixed up.
you're getting them mixed up. But he was African. He was a Ghanaian president. But before he came over here. He was over here studying. Man, we dude, the apartheid movement, we were the ones instrumental in helping to get apartheid off of the people in South Africa. Some of our superstars, Stevie Wonder and people like that, very instrumental. People like Randall Robinson and lawyer Oglethorpe putting together documents and paperwork to get that apartheid system off of them. So many things, man. We've done so much as foundational Black Americans to help people in Africa. W.E.B. Du Bois, he was doing a lot of things to help out over there. Paul Robeson, he was doing a lot of things using his platform for African liberation, trying to get them colonizers off of them. Um, it was the Black church who were funding people to come over here from Africa. I think Obama's dad was a part of that group that came over because of church groups around Black America bringing them over. Immigration. They didn't want no Africans over here. We were the ones in the civil rights movement saying, hey, no, 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 we're going to get them racial quotas and all that shit off of the immigration. We're going to have equality all across the board. The fact that people can even immigrate over here from Africa, that was a movement from us. So, yes, it's just so much stuff that we've done to help the people over there.
Mm.
Even with USA for Africa, it was our foundational Black American artists, Lionel Richie, Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, who did that We Are the World. That was for to raise money for them over there in Ethiopia and East Africa. So this
Right, right.
and so we've done a lot. So I'd be damned if a motherfucker come over here and call us some damn akatas. You understand?
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with people calling the word Akata. That's not something that I rock with. But I do want to know, how does the repetition of this subject better FBA? Like, how does the daily repetition of saying Africans are tethers and Caribbeans are tethers, how does it improve the standing of FBAs in the world?
Okay, because what y'all can't sit here and ignore your folks. Y'all can't sit here and act like they're not in these spaces and coming around us doing shit to undermine us. So it's gonna keep going as long as they keep trying to undermine us. As long as y'all have the Myron Gaines of the world.
I don't rep that at all.
uh,
That's a whole different planet. I don't even know who that is. I know who you talking about, but that's not something that I represent at all. I don't even know him.
yeah,
Like, that's a clown to me.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
When y'all
you
have
know,
from Africa who just make it a big point to go out of their way to denigrate us on our own homeland, yeah, you
mm,
get the business. When y'all send the Candace Owens, they come over here and make big dollars denigrating us. Y'all send the people over here who created the Shade Room and all of that. A lot of these little gossip sites and gossip message boards and who show all of this derogatory stuff on Black culture. These are folks
yeah,
who do this shit. You understand? So yeah,
yeah,
we're calling them people out. They don't do that to their culture. They come over here and show every negative aspect of our culture here or our society because all that negative shit ain't really part of the culture. That's outliers. But as long as people do that, yeah, we're going to call them out. Yeah, we're
all
not
right.
we're not on the wrong side of history. We're doing some righteous straightening. We should have been doing what we're doing a long time ago. You understand? And y'all know that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. You explained it well. I ain't gonna roast you tonight. I do have one more question though.
Go ahead, brother.
Do you feel like you owe a portion of your success with Hidden Colors to Africa due to the subject matter? And do you feel like you owe a portion of your success to the Haitians for the success of 1804?
Well, the thing is, with the Hidden Colors, what was the name of the first Hidden Colors?
I don't know the exact
Yeah.
like subtitle of it,
Untold
but
History, People of Aboriginal, Moor, and African Descent. I talked about Black people globally, even the Aboriginals here. I've always been talking about Black Aboriginals and our lineage here. I've been talking about that shit from day one. All right. I talk about Black people globally, not just Africa. The Black people who are already here. I talk about the Black people who are in Asia. So I talk about Black global identity as a whole. And as far as 1804, that movie was successful because of all the damn money I put in it. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
You feel me? I didn't
What?
get no money from no Haitians. I did that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Hey, if they
I
gave
got
money, I would have give pop my collar. That was, and I thought the Haitian Revolution was a phenomenal story to be told. And wasn't no Haitians saying it. They weren't doing it. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
you feel me? So I said, okay,
I
I put my money together. I put a lot of money in that movie. So yeah,
yeah, you did that.
yeah, man, my man.
Last question, brother. Like, when you gonna get a bigger size prom suit?
Well, me and your mom, we're working on something. We doing me and her. We're gonna do a Peaches and Herb cover band up in Vegas. So yeah, me and her, we working on something. Her stomach is a little big, but I'm telling her to get some Ozempic, and then maybe she can squeeze into something and we can get it popping. All right.
All right, peppercorn. All right.
Yeah, tell your mom to get them Ozempic shots to get that back down, and then we can talk. All right. Yes, indeed. But yeah, man. We're supposed to be checking people. Yeah, y'all not gonna sit. We done too damn much. We done enough, and it ain't been reciprocated. Not only has it not been reciprocated, people want to come over and denigrate after all we've done. They got the nerve to come over here and try to denigrate and try to tell us that we're lazy and they whack hide. So yeah, you're gonna get checked.
Hello everyone.
What's up, Jonah?
I'm chilling, bro.
You all right? Are you
How you doing?
I'm good, man. Are you sleep? You sound very drowsy.
No, I'm not sleeping. I'm not sleeping.
Uh,
This is not the Jonah you're thinking. I'm from Nigeria.
you're
I
from
love your conversation.
you're from Nigeria?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, why do you look like a white man on your thing?
No, I just put the wallpaper on my profile.
Why'd you put a white man in your profile picture?
Nothing, nothing.
Or do you want to be a white man? Well, what's that about? Now, brother. Yeah, that phone is struggling. All right. All right. Okay, let's see who else we got. Yeah, he sound like he just woke up. I don't know what he's talking about. Let's get Chaka Benzuda. Chaka Benzuda. What's up, Chaka Benzuda? Where you at, Chaka? All right, Chaka Benzuda bounced. Okay. Let's get Raw Woods. Raw Woods in the building. Raw Woods, what's happening? Raw, unmute your microphone. All right. Come on, man. Y'all slowing the flow down here. Y'all slowing down the flow.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. What's up, Raw?
Oh man, so you know what, man? I just this disingenuous conversation with all these with the Africans and the Koreans, the shit is killing me. Like, first of all, y'all talk about education. Have you ever took the time to read the African scholars that talk about the shit that you dissing in the books? Did you read the Sheikh Anta Diop's? Did you read Dr. Ben? Are you guys even? I mean, I thought y'all was so educated. I thought y'all was, you know, the best of the best and top of the line where you come from, and you come here and y'all outshine us. So how is it that you don't know none of this information?
Mm. Yeah, very good point, man. Because a lot of the scholarship it was coming from this side, the Renoko Rashidis and John Henry Clarks and Chancellor Williams and people like that. We were the ones uplifting African history and ancient history. Yeah. Let's get Sam. Sam,
Yo, what's up, Tariq?
what's going on, Mr. Sam? How are you, brother?
Chilling, driving. But I seen an interesting little clip earlier in the night, and the lady brought up a point that I was like, oh man, Tariq does Space Night. I'm gonna bring this up to him. I want to ask you, like, what's your response to this point that she made, if you don't mind?
Go ahead.
Because I think she was doing like a commentary on that debate that was on No Jumper with the president's white dude and the black dude. But regardless, they were talking about how slaves built America, right?
Right.
And her argument against that, basically, she said something on the lines of, I'm paraphrasing, but she basically said, other nations had African slaves as well. Why didn't they prosper like America did? If uh, having black slaves was such a big part of creating America or made America that much, you know what I mean?
Mm, that's a
I
good
thought that was
question.
interesting.
Very
Yeah,
interesting. Now, who the yeah, but they weren't foundational Black Americans. See, we had a very unique ethnogenesis. So now the woman, now what was she? Was she white, black? What was she?
Some white girl with blonde hair. I don't even, you know what I mean? It was just like one of those, like, I was sliding through
Okay.
X, which is
Yeah.
weird because X has been pushing some racial shit a lot lately, but
Yeah.
that's just a whole nother topic. But yeah,
Right. Well, yeah, that's a very good question. And my answer to that, and my answer to that is that we, foundational Black Americans, we're the secret sauce here because of a few reasons. We had an ethnogenesis here, we had indigenous lineage here, and then we mixed in with the some of the African tribes and all of that stuff, and then we created a whole new group here. And it was like a Big Bang theory of culture and innovation. That's why things thrived here more with the ingenuity that we had here. You understand? Our ethnogenesis, it was also a spiritual thing. So yeah, it was different, and we're different. That's why foundational Black Americans, even now, we do things differently than Black people from different places. People try to tie everything in, but we know we are very unique. Like when we do music, they try to give it to some African tribe. No, there's no African version of a Nas. No, no, and I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. There's no African version of Luther Vandross. There's no African version of Whitney Houston. You know what I'm saying? We had a very, very unique ethnogenesis here that was a spiritual ethnogenesis as well. RJ, what's up, RJ?
What's up, Tariq? You good?
I am good, Mr. RJ. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Tariq. And just to follow up on that question that guy asked, it's irrelevant. It's an irrelevant question because what happened in America happened in America. You know, America was built by slavery. So I hate when people speak like they say the opposite of what a historian would say. I always tell people when I'm talking to them, when I'm debating them, say what a historian would say. Don't talk to me with opinions. Say what's established. And what's established is America was built by slavery. Full stop. But to get to another point, did you see that they passed Trump's big beautiful bill?
Yeah, what they do?
Yeah, they passed it, and the Mitch McConnell.
Okay.
Yeah, people, some of the members of the Republican Party, politicians themselves, are saying, they're complaining to Mitch, and they're saying, "Hey, we can't pass this bill because this is gonna ruin businesses. It's gonna ruin America. We're giving way too many tax cuts to the rich in this bill, and we're cutting way too many healthcare, Medicaid and all that stuff. We're cutting way too many from poor people and giving too much to rich people." And Mitch said, "Oh, they'll get over it.
Mm-hmm.
The poor people will get over it. America will get over it." Yeah, that's the Republican Party for you, bro. All they care about is rich people. All they care about is, if they don't even say all lives matter, they say the rich matters. That's what they care about, just the rich. Even Elon posted against it again, just yesterday, saying it's gonna destroy businesses. Even Elon is posting against it. That's your Republican Party for you, bro. Rich lives matter. Hmm? Do you support that bill?
Hey, man, I don't even know what everything is in the bill. I don't know all the ins and outs of it right now.
It's really just cutting healthcare and giving tax cuts to the rich. It's the simple Lee Atwater, strategy, cutting taxes and just giving money to the rich. It's literally just a Lee Atwater strategy.
Yeah, man. Okay, those are just thank you. Those are just Democrat talking points. Good Lord, RJ is just regurgitating all the Democrat talking points, dude. They don't have nothing. Those Democrat talking points are just tired. That shit is just tired. But listen. Oh, let me get Freedom. Let's get Freedom in here. Miss Freedom, hop on, Freedom. How you doing, Freedom?
But I apologize. The last time I was in your space, I was a little hostile,
Mm-hmm.
and I apologize for that.
Yeah, we're not tripping. We're not tripping at all. What's on your mind?
Well, I know you're such a nice man. I just wanted to ask you what your thoughts were on Carmelo Anthony's indictment after they saw the video.
Yeah, I don't think the video, they didn't show anything. The video doesn't show exactly what happened from what I understand. That there was some media outlets who tried to say that some report saw it, and nobody saw anything on that video. And the fact that they won't release it publicly, I think that the video will exonerate Carmelo. That's why they're not showing it publicly. And the grand jury, they were instructed to come back with a first degree murder charge. That's what they told them to do. So yeah, there's an old saying of grand jury, you get them to indict a ham sandwich. You just tell them what to do. So
You're right. You're right.
right. So that's
One more question. Wait, Tariq, one more question. I don't know if this is true or not, like, but I thought I'd ask you if you saw this as well. I don't know if this is true or not.
go ahead.
Did did Carmelo's mother, again, I don't know if I'm saying this
It
correctly.
sounds like it's about to be some bullshit, but go ahead. It, it already sounds like it's going. I
You're
believe
so
it
funny.
already. I can.
No, all right, then I won't. I won't. All
What's
right.
the lie? What are they trying to cook up? What
No, I honestly, Twitter. There's like a million, so much bullshit, and you have to really, cipher
what?
through everything. But I read somewhere like 3 times that Carmelo's mother or someone from Carmelo's family, possibly his mother, is asking for more money because they didn't receive a dime. Did you read that?
I don't know. They might, because they got to pay for lawyers and all of that, and yeah, so they might. So yeah, they need money. They're going through a big case. So yeah, that's not unusual.
Yeah, but they bought a house and all those cars.
No,
Are you
no, no,
kidding?
no, they didn't. No, no,
Ah, okay.
they didn't. No, that's some right wing propaganda. Like they got the money and went and bought an Escalade. That's horse crap. But thank you. That's horse crap. They didn't do all that. Lord. So they're trying to find ways to denigrate the family. That's all cap. All right, let's raise your hands. Raise your hands. Let's get y'all in here. Let me see. Y'all raise the hands. Shaka, I tried to get you on earlier. Shaka, Shaka Ben Judah, what's up, man? Hop on in. Shaka Ben Judah, what's happening? All right, Shaka, where you at? All right, Shaka ain't saying nothing. While waiting on Shaka, we'll get our brother Frenchie, the trucker. Frenchie, the trucker in the building. What's up, French?
You hear, Reek? Yo, I'm here, Reek.
Okay, there you go, Shaka. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Man. Sometimes it's your side that be, messing up, man.
Oh,
Because I heard a couple of people, try to get on the same way, and it did that, and it did that to me earlier. But nevertheless, here I am. How you been doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How's everything going?
Chill. Two points. My empress brought up something real interesting, man. She's like, basically everybody's just jealous, man. Everybody's jealous of foundational Black Americans. White people, they're jealous because, we have a real, true connection and relations to this land from our blood, from our sweat, from our hard work, and us being Aboriginal. And there's a lot of people in the world who are in this country who know they're just basically immigrants and invaders, that they're mad because they don't have that same connection that we have. They're mad because they don't have that connection to the land by way of blood, hard work, and sweat,
Yeah.
and Aboriginal. You have white people mad because they're peasants. They were the vagabonds from Europe. All these people, who came to America, who so-called forefathers, they were vagabonds. They were the unseemly. They were the unwanted from Europe. That's who they sent over here. Then you have all the other immigrants that come over here. These people are just jealous, mad, and they have a big disdain because of our connection to this land. My second point, I wonder you all notice something, man. I'm in DC, and I've been noticing something in major cities in basically on the East Coast. I'm not too sure about the West Coast. But have you all noticed how all these brand new banks are opening up in very poor black neighborhoods? It's a lot of new banks. Like here in DC, you got this neighborhood called Anacostia. I'm not too far from it. And you have like 5, 6 banks within a corner and a corridor of just one block of a neighborhood. You have Citibank, you have Chase Bank, you have Truett, you have Wells Fargo, you have American. Why all the? I'm putting them the 10-4 Kufi down. Why all these banks opening up in black neighborhoods all of a sudden? Is it that they know something we don't know? Is it that they have a financial weather report about maybe it's some type of windfall about to come to foundational black Americans? Because I find it funny that all these banks are in black neighborhoods. Where are they getting the capital from? Because black people don't have money to put in all these banks. I'm just wanting to bring that up, man. You know, put my 10-4 Kufi on, man. You know, I don't know if other people notice that, but I know this is happening in Philly, Baltimore, DC, Raleigh. It's always in black neighborhoods where, and other places as well, in the East Coast, that they're opening up all these banks. And I'm wondering why. Just wanted, you know, to put the 10-4 Kufi on, man. Yeah, but everybody's jealous of us, you know, and I'm going to go ahead and land my plane.
Microphone check. Microphone check. Microphone check.